Namaskar, this is Akhilesh Bhargav again. Welcome to Tit-bits on business and finance with me. In the recently concluded general elections, the BJP very methodically, clinically, systematically and ruthlessly demolished and decimated all opposition. It behaved like a corporate crusader. The BJP actually functions like a giant corporate with its CEOs who are like gladiators, ever ready to win, not willing to lose by any chance. And on the other hand, the parties like the Congress, they behave like an insipid, lifeless dynasty with neither any winning instincts nor any winning agenda. The BJP in these elections thus came across like the giant American company Apple with great products, great services, very dynamic. And the likes of Congress were like Kodak. Heard of it? Lot of past fame, but no longer relevant at the moment. The BJP as a corporate comes across with a base of products rather, which meet the aspirations and hopes of the consumer, which is the voter in this case, and it very successfully conducts the business of elections with these voters who it treats like consumers. The BJP has set itself in such a manner such that today it behaves like a corporate, transacts the business of politics with the voters whose votes it gets. It's a consumer-corporate relationship. The surprising part is that in today's times, when there is so much of research, data and counseling available, why is it that the opposition parties never got this relationship right and they never nurtured the voters like a corporate would nurture its consumers? On a lighter note, so huge is the monopoly of the BJP today that it is a fit case to be referred to the Competition Commission of India. Over the years, the BJP has become a ruthless corporate. It has a vision, it has a mission, it has got men, it has got money, it has got the machinery, and it has got the reputation of an organization such that donors are willing to give money, expecting it to transact the activity, let's call it the business of politics, with the voters who are its actual consumers. And this is the reason why the BJP got it right. The BJP got it right by treating the voter almost like a consumer, because even the BJP itself behaved like a corporate. To us, the following are the reasons why the BJP managed to get voter fancy, managed to engage with the voter like a consumer, and it thus came back to power. And what are those reasons? The first is, a corporate prefers to be in touch with its consumers. It doesn't just appear on the scene, it nurtures those relationships, it cultivates those customers. See how Smriti Irani nurtured Amethi. She was in touch with the voters and Rahul Gandhi was not. And she finally won for the simple reason she was in touch with the consumer voter, if we have to call it. And the results go to that corporate which is in touch with its consumers. The second one is, you got to start early. You got to start developing products or promises for the voter consumer much early and not suddenly in the end and come and start demanding votes. You got to respect the consumers, the voters' aspirations, and you can't come back demanding votes only on the grounds of caste and religion as the likes of Mayawati tried. It doesn't happen that way, and good that it doesn't happen that way. So, you want the customer to buy your products, start working early. Don't appear on the last moment like a once in a 5-year ritual that has been the case of the opposition parties. The third and very interesting one, a corporate never sells products to the consumer by saying that you buy our products and we will become rich. No corporate can ever do that. But this is just what the likes of Mayawati did. They wanted the votes of the voters, saying that I will become PM in the process. No corporate shows its ambitions of making profits to its consumers, and neither can a politician do that by showing his or her ambition of becoming the Prime Minister. It's a fatal error. If a corporate were to start advertising its product saying, buy a product and we'll become rich, you can be sure the consumer is not going to buy it. And that is what the voter consumer did in this case with all the opposition parties. The next item that has to be learned in this entire exercise of BJP being a corporate is the fact that a corporate needs to offer a specific defined product. You need clarity of what you are offering to the consumer. You can't be having a product which is ambiguous and confuses the consumer, the voter here. And that's just what the Congress did. The Congress kept experimenting between soft Hindutva, secularism, and some kind of an appeasement, and neither of it worked. It had no clear ideology to offer, and it got no clear mandate either. The next one is every corporate needs to respect the culture of the consumer. And however low public standards have been in the present election, the consumer's culture, the consumer's sense of decency needs to be respected. And in this case, by coining the slogan "Chaukidar Chor Hai," Rahul Gandhi actually crossed the line of cultural respect that the voter would have. It was not taken very well and it backfired. The reason was the voters' culture was not respected, decency was not maintained. The consumer always needs to be given a product in such a way that the consumer doesn't feel that he's being taken for granted. You cannot demand votes from the voter as if the voter is being taken for granted. The voter will not give it to you. And that is what happened in the case of SP and BSP. They thought that those voters were theirs only on the grounds of caste and religion, and the voters did not agree with them. A very key issue is organization. Every consumer wants to deal with a corporation or wants to buy goods and services from a corporation which has an organization. It gives the consumer a sense of belonging, a sense of accountability, that if something goes wrong, he will be able to redress his complaints. An organization is needed, and an organization which is there 24/7. In this election, we got a feeling that most of the political parties got their act together only in the end. They were missing from the ground for the past 5 years, and that's where the BJP's organization as a corporate was always on the ground. And that is how they connected. That is how the consumer voter got a sense of accountability and the votes went to the BJP. Youth matters. For every corporate, youth matters because it is the youth which has got unmet aspirations, and the youth will remain loyal to the organization which meets these aspirations. As a corporate, the BJP managed to cultivate the youth very well and caught their fancy, and see the votes that it got. The others failed to connect with the youth, and it is the youth which is the most valuable and durable voter bank or consumer base for any corporate. The BJP managed to get it. Baseless products which may be announced by a corporate don't cut ice with the consumer. The announcement of the Nair scheme by Rahul Gandhi was a baseless product. It convinced nobody and it got nobody to buy the product. Nobody was interested in Nair because they were not convinced about it. That was an instance of a corporate or an organization trying to announce or offer a product which is baseless. The consumer does not want it. And finally, criticizing your competitors' products to sell your own doesn't work. You need to be marketing the merits of your product. The opposition parties, instead of offering their product, were only primarily criticizing Narendra Modi. They had nothing else to offer. You have to offer your product. Criticizing the competitor only to try to sell yours doesn't work, and it did not work. So if we look at the entire elections and we look at BJP like a corporate and we look at the voter like a consumer, here are the reasons why the BJP had the winning formula and the opposition parties failed utterly, miserably. This is Akhilesh Bhargav signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.